Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the platform. I am Tifaro of Dark Feminine Rising Retreat, and today we have a special guest, the Womb Priestess, and we're just going to have some conversations today about womb wellness and how you can take care of your womb. Particularly, we're going to focus today on the womb massage and the benefits of a womb massage. So I want to welcome the priestess to the platform. I myself have had a massage from her before, and the Empress has healing hands. I'm telling you, you want to experience this womb massage that she offers, but we're going to talk about it today, what it is, because a lot of people don't really know what a womb massage is or even have any awareness of it. Even people in massage therapy have never heard of womb massage before. So this is an introduction, I know, to a lot of people to this particular technique. So welcome, womb priestess.
Blessed love, glory in word, glory in sound, glory to the powers of the unseen. Giving thanks for this opportunity, giving thanks for you, giving thanks for the ancestors that would have paved the way for us to be here right now and having this conversation. And
That's right.
also give thanks for the compliment as it relates to my hands and all that power, all of that energy come from the power that is above and below and within. So I give thanks for all of the spirits that walk with me, allowing me to do this work, and for you, the people who
Ashe.
come and participate in this entire experience. Um, Before we dive right into the concept of womb massage, there's a couple of things that I want to highlight before we move forward.
Mm-hmm.
One would be that, when I was growing up, one of the things that I recognized was that only a certain ethnic group of people were truly exposed to having massage. And it is something that we need to pay closer attention to because now we have a case where we have a lot more massage therapists who are Black. And historically, we were the ones who were offering massage therapy. We were the ones who were offering therapy holistically.
Mm-hmm.
So this is us remembering the things we used to do before. And I think we have a big misconception, a lot of us, a big misconception as it relates to body therapy and body therapeutics, simply because we were trained to believe that massage was for the people who had money. And obviously, because of our journey and our history, we were not in a position to spend money on what we would see as a luxury. And massage would come under that umbrella as a luxury service. Really and truly, it is body therapeutics, it is body maintenance. So it is
Mm-hmm.
something that we must do, not just because we want to age better, but because it helps us with maintaining the lifestyles that we have to participate in on a day-to-day basis. And as a Black group of people, African people, we work the hardest. We have to work the hardest. We are placed in a position where everything we do requires us to be 100 times more efficient mentally, spiritually, and physically than everybody else. So our bodies require us to maintain it even more. And as women, our womb is the garden. Our womb is our earth. Our womb is our creative space, our portal. I could go on and on about all of the different aspects or the different things we use our womb to do, because some people believe the only thing we use our womb to do is to bring forth a physical manifestation of life, a baby. But we really use our womb to do so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to maintain it even more.
Mm-hmm.
And as Black women, our womb is designed differently spiritually and biologically. So burden.
I'm really, really glad that you speak to remembering because that is one of the main themes of this retreat. Remembering the codes that are in our DNA, remembering how our ancestors lived.
Hmm.
Explain to us more of the spiritual significance of this womb massage experience.
Everything first starts on the spiritual plane
Mm-hmm.
and then is manifested physically.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, we think some of the issues that we are challenged with is an anatomical issue or pathological issue only in the physical realm. No, it is not. Spiritually, you need to cut and clear the space first before you can start to invite things into your space. And I'm speaking about the womb space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes let me just use a relationship as the perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we want to interact with a male, but we've been interacting with another person whose energy is out of alignment.
Mm-hmm.
And many times I find that we constantly interact with people who they and us are not on the same wavelength energetically. So the spiritual connotation of the womb massage is to cleanse the space first, to remove any blockages, any hindrances, any stress that you might be experiencing in your energetic field first.
What happens physically in a womb massage? What happens to your anatomy physiologically? What happens?
O- Okay, so as women, we hold stress primarily in three major spaces in our bodies: in our breast area, in our womb area, and in our ankles, our feet. And when we do womb massage, there are things that happen in the body that people don't recognize is happening. One, you get vagal nerve stimulation, and the vagal nerve runs from the brain right into the pelvic floor. And when that is stimulated, that actually gives you the opportunity to reset. It allows you to activate the rest and relaxation aspect of the nervous system. And another thing we don't take into consideration is that we have two major nerves that run from the pelvic floor. So we have the vagal nerve, so that's vagal nerve stimulation, and we also have the sciatic nerve. The sciatic nerve runs from the hip right down to the feet. So that is also stimulated as well. We have an entire plexus system inside of the womb that is stimulated, which sends messages from the womb to the rest of the body. In addition to that, lymphatic drainage. When you do womb massage, you are also getting the uric acid out of the body by stimulating the lymph nodes that is in and around that area. And it starts to remove that excessive fluid, all of the uric acid that you would have definitely consumed via some of the foods you eat on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we don't take into consideration is that as a Black woman, we must eat different to other ethnic groups. So because we are unaware of our biological makeup, we eat any and every single thing that we crave to eat at this time or that we were taught we must eat or must have in order to sustain our life force.
I'm glad you said that because a lot of people don't realize, a lot of women, because it's really for us to know that our womb is actually a vital organ and it serves many purposes in our body. There are many things that our womb does within our bodies that contribute to our overall wellness. And so it's
Truly.
important, it's important to have because a lot of people think that it's okay to do hysterectomies, but that's a whole other conversation. But, if you have a womb, your maintenance is necessary, as you said, not just for birthing babies, but just for your overall function, right? And health as a woman.
On this journey, a lot of things that I would have recognized is the fact that we've been robbed of the opportunity to even know anything about our womb as women.
Mm-hmm.
We've been taught anatomy and physiology in school. We know about the reproductive system, but we still truly don't understand it because it is not a class that is geared towards Black women from a very young and tender age. You must know what you are carrying within you because internally and externally because we have the womb is a organ, is a structure, is a gland,
Mm-hmm.
is a muscle.
Mm-hmm. I want to also add that they didn't study the woman's body in anatomy. Most of the studies that have been done on the human anatomy has been based on the male. They never really historically did a lot of studies on women and our bodies and how it functions and what it needs and definitely not the womb. You
Well,
know, the fact that they
let
even think that taking out the womb is something that is necessary or is okay, to me says a lot about them not really knowing anything about the female body and its function.
let me add to what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have part of the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the truth is more detrimental than a lie. So I
Mm-hmm.
want to add to your truth and
Mm-hmm.
say to you that they did study us. They did study us, and they did that so well. We cannot even begin to comprehend how well they have studied the Black woman's body and our womb. Hence, the reason why they are taking our wombs out of us and they're using them
Mm-hmm.
as portals for manifestation. So
That's true. Good point.
these are, this is a this you see this is a there's levels to this conversation, and it is one of those things that you can dive so deep inside of it because they have been studying the Black woman from the beginning of time. From the
Mm-hmm.
time they were introduced to us, they started studying us. They recognized they were dealing with a different entity entirely and they needed to learn how to conquer us. And in order
Mm-hmm.
to conquer us, they needed to take control of everything to do with the woman, primarily the womb. And once you can control how she responds, you can control how an entire nation responds. So they have studied our wombs. They understand our biological makeup. They understand the things that make us rise to the occasion and change the world as it is, or that can
Mm-hmm.
lower our frequency and make the world as it is currently.
Mm-hmm. The next thing I want to ask you is about the course on the sacred mysteries of the womb, right?
Mhm.
And I just want just a short description, what it entails and what can be taken away from this course.
A better understanding of your origin, a better understanding of your beginning as a woman, a better understanding as it relates to how you can interact with all of the aspects of your reproductive system, knowing what they were created for multifacetedly, because we have a womb, like I mentioned before, and it was designed for many different reasons. So having a true connection to the magnificent energy that you host within yourself as a woman. A sacred something being mysterious means that it's something unknown about it. It's something that we now have to delve into a little bit more.
Mm,
Something that you've never been exposed to that really and truly should be a conversation amongst Black women specifically.
mhm.
These are the conversations that we need to have amongst each other. Before we can invite people into the family, we need to sit down and have a family meeting. So
Uh-uh.
this is what the sacred mysteries of the womb conversation truly is about. You know,
Mm,
the womb
mm,
in antiquity, what was it doing before? How one of the things that we never really pay close attention to is in order to come to this realm, you must come through a womb. And in order to leave from this realm, you must go through a womb. Womb, tomb,
mm,
same thing. So
mm,
we need to recognize in the beginning and in the end, we are there. We must be there. And in the middle, because we transport, we take you from one destination to the other destination is like a ship. So I think it is significant that the information shared inside of that space be seen as sacred and be used as a tool significantly for generations. Document it so that you can pass it on. One of the things we must pay close attention to is when you inherit something, it is not just for you. It is not just for you. It is for the people you carry within you and the people that will come behind you. So you must take the advantage and utilize that information to the best of your ability, document it wisely so that they can have access to it, so that they start earlier than we did, so that they have a foot up knowing about themselves.
Truly. All right, so we have a few minutes left. I just want to ask you if there's anything that you would like to share with the women out there who have interest in this retreat, or maybe aren't even curious, and maybe what do you have to say to them about, this type of space, this type of experience? What would you tell them?
Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. As women, we find money to spend on everything else aside from ourselves. We can spend money on the home, we can spend money on the children, we can spend money on our husbands, we can spend money in the community, and we always put ourselves last. And it is time that we start considering putting ourselves first because we cannot take care of anything or anyone when we are pouring from a half full, half empty cup.
Mhm.
Sometimes our cup is not even half full, and we
True.
are pouring off of the fumes of our energy. And we never take the time out to say to ourselves, I need this time for me. To say I need time for me is not selfishness. I see it as the most selfless act possible on earth. You will never get back this time that you share. You will never get back another second, another minute. So why not use it to invest in you? That is something that we should never put aside. I've been doing this type of work for a period of time, and though I am a baby, I've been exposed to elders 3 times my age, women my age, and little girls who just got their period. And from period to menopause, I recognize something that we came here with, the ability to mother. Whether it is ourselves, whether it is plants, whether it is animals, whether it is somebody else's child, we have the ability. We came here coded to mother, whether we use it or not. And we need to mother ourselves all over again. We need to tap into mama inside of us. And
Mhm.
do not ever regret anything that you experience as a woman. That is a part of your journey.
Mhm.
That is a part of the past. And to anybody out there who is interested in being a womb priestess, I will say to you, you have to go through the breaking. You have to go through the pain. You have to go through the suffering because you will never be able to do a good service. And I'm not talking about monetary exchange now. I'm talking about the act of giving and replenishing a woman unless you fully understand what she has been through. So you will get sick first as a healer. You have to prepare for that. Trust the process, but recognize that the process itself will break you. And it is so that when you open your mouth to pour in to somebody, it is not a performance.
Mhm.
Because we got a lot of performers out here now. It is not about being a performer. It
Mm,
is about being able to cry with somebody. It's
mm,
about being able to bleed when somebody else is bleeding. You
mm,
have to be able to connect with their pain. And the Most High, the universe, Mama itself will take you through the very lows, the very depths of hell. And I will say to you, I have died many times
mhm,
and I'm good at it. But you will rebirth and you will live again. And every experience will bring you closer to who you are supposed to be on this journey. Do not fear it. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid of your chaos. Don't be afraid of your light. Don't be afraid of walking with darkness and light. We must, in order to, because we experience all of the deepest emotions of this earth. Every single time a mother loses a child without us even recognizing, we feel that. Every
mhm,
single time a woman goes through something traumatic, we feel it because we are connected. We are an interconnected set of beings. So we feel every single thing. Don't condemn women, and as women, don't condemn each other.
mm,
Because you might find me in my, you might meet me in my season of lows, or you might meet me in my seasons of highs, or you might meet me in my season of balance.
mm.
When you meet me, wherever you meet me, try to understand me. Don't condemn.
I all right, Womb Empress, we're coming down to the end. So I want to give thanks for your presence, give thanks for your time, your energy, your efforts, give thanks to the ancestors, give thanks to Spirit for creating this space. Um,
Yes, yes.
Anybody out there who is interested in the retreat, I will leave the link wherever this is posted. I will leave a link that you can access for booking if you want to have a consultation. A discovery call is also available through the website, trafikinaturals.com. So just connect with us and yeah, we'll make it happen. All right. So give thanks again, Empress.
Give thanks.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening and take care of yourselves. And we will link up another time. Blessed.